Tra-la-la! It's me, Captain Underpants, here to tell you about my creator and author extraordinaire, Dave Pilkey. Now, we've gone over some of the early stuff from Dave's life, like his difficulty in school, his invention of me, Captain Underpants, his diagnosis with dyslexia and ADHD. But let's talk about some of the more recent things. So in 1984, when he was in college, one of his college freshman English professors saw his drawings and his writings and said, "Why don't you try writing some more, because you've got amazing talent." So he took his first book called World War I, spelled W-O-N for one, and he entered it into the National Written and Illustrated by Awards Contest for students ages 14 through 19, and he won. And that was his first published book. He's now gone on to write over 63 books, including my book, Captain Underpants, and then, even though Harold and George, my great friends from Captain Underpants, claim they've written these books, like Ook and Gluck, Kung Fu Cavemen, and Dog Man, and Super Diaper Baby, really, Dave's helped them out quite a bit. He went on to write Ricky Ricotta's Mighty Robot, which started off as Ricky Ricotta's Giant Robot, but because Ricky Ricotta is a mouse, they had to change it to Mighty, because how big would a giant robot be for a mouse? Maybe about that big, so not so giant. He also has written Dragon Tales and The Dumb Bunnies, which is now a TV show, and Big Dog and Little Dog. And I forgot to mention that my series is now not only a movie, but a TV show on Netflix. He's done some standalone books like World War I, which was his first book, the one I've already talked about, God Bless the Gargoyles, Halloweener, Cat Kong, and Dogzilla, not to mention many, many more. Now, let's take a minute here, and we're going to stop, and we're going to draw me, Captain Underpants. And I will put my example up. There's no way you can do a worse job than what I've drawn. If I can get the stand back up, that would be great. Now, one of the books I did not mention is called The Paperboy. And in The Paperboy, Dave won the Caldecott Honor in 1997. He's also taken numerous state awards, including the California Young Readers Medal for Dog Breath, The Horrible Trouble with Halitosis, in 1994. And then he won the Disney Adventurers Kids' Choice Awards for the Captain Underpants My series, the Captain Underpants series. And he won Favorite Children's Author in 2016 and various other state awards, like I've already said. And he's known for his fun potty humor, his use of language, his spelling and drawing that are reminiscent of children's drawings, and he's extremely funny. And one thing I forgot to mention is if you look at the cover of his books, it says Dave is spelled D-A-V. And that's because when he was briefly working at Pizza Hut, the E fell off his name tag and he just kept it. So that's why that's why it's spelled D-A-V on all of his books, even though his name is actually spelled D-A-V-E, or it's really David. So that is my creator and the author that is amazing. And the award that we are nominating him for is the Don't Let Other People's Expectations Define Your Life Award. Because if you were to talk to Dave's teachers when he was in elementary and in high school, they told him he was a screw-up and he wouldn't amount to anything. And here he is, and he's brought joy to hundreds of thousands of children with his amazing books, and he continues to publish. So the final fact I want to give you is that he's happily married and living in Washington State right now. And that's all for me, Captain Underpants. And I'm going off now to fight Professor Pippy P. Poopy Pants. La la la!